is Friday. Rise and shine, my friends. Good morning. Good morning. This is Coffee Talk. Listen, it's jacket weather this morning, but we are not anywhere near where we're going to be. The coldest air in 16 years is on its way. On Sunday morning, we wake up to 25 in Orlando. On Monday morning, we wake up to 28 in Orlando. And Tuesday morning, it'll be so warm, we'll wake up to 34. Yeah, this is a a truly significant cold snap. So let's get right to it and just talk about some things. Okay, Monday morning, yeah, it's going to be cold, but it is going to be that Sunday morning that we are talking about significant impacts. Look at the feels like temperatures. Let me just back this up to Sunday morning. Where's Sunday morning? Where are you? Right there. All right, Sunday morning. These are the feels like temperatures, my friends. And the first thing I noticed when I looked at the data is that, excuse me, that went down from the forecast package yesterday. It will feel like the single digits for areas north of Orlando. It will feel like the low double digits for the metro off to the south. This is a very, very significant cold snap that we have moving our way. And that's why we're calling Sunday morning and Monday morning severe weather warning days, because it's just flat out. I mean, this is dangerous cold. Okay, so it's something we need to discuss here for sure. So let's talk about Sunday. I'm trying to find Sunday morning, and I am struggling, of course, right now, because why wouldn't I? Okay, here we are. These are Sunday's morning low temperatures. So with the wind chill, it feels like the upper single digit. It feels like 8, 9, 10, 11 degrees. This is the actual forecast temperatures, though. 19 in Ocala. It's 25 in Orlando. It's 23 in Daytona Beach. This is a very significant chill. And for the first time ever, now I have to add an asterisk here, but for the first time ever, we are under an extreme cold advisory. We are under an extreme cold watch Saturday evening into Sunday morning. And I say that it's with an asterisk because the Weather Service just redid their cold weather advisories. So the last time that this criteria would have been triggered but fell under the old advisory schema would have been 2010, 16 years ago, when the last episode like this was. So, it's all fun and games to talk about the potential of snow, and I'll be here. We'll talk about that. But the real true story here is going to be this Arctic air. It is going to be absolutely frigid. Okay, let's look at Ocala. You want to talk about cold temperatures. Ocala wakes up to the teens on Sunday morning, and the 20s on Monday morning, and the 20s on Tuesday morning. And just to give you an idea, I will be in the weather lab on Sunday, and we're going to be storm chasing this. We're going to be out looking for not just cold temperatures, but you know me, we need to go look for some snow. So where am I going to go? Because I've had a few people say, like, if I wanted to take my family to see snow, where should I go? The reality is not in Florida. There is a low chance to see some flurries north of the Tampa Bay area. I am certainly not expecting to see a ton, but do I have every intention on taking the weather lab to go and at least give it the college try? You bet your bottom dollar. So we'll see. All I can do is try. And of course, bring you there. Now, when we look at Futurecast, okay, I'm just going to roll through today. Gorgeous. This afternoon, we'll add in some clouds. Not anything concerning. Overnight tonight, we bring in the clouds. Futurecast is really not showing much in the way of showers tomorrow. I still think that we'll probably get more showers than what the model's showing, but there's not going to be a ton of showers. Then through time, temperatures blast down, and we get those streamers. And if you look out in the Gulf Coast there Saturday night here, if you look over on the left side of the screen there, those little streams of clouds, that's where I think we could have the opportunity to see some ocean effect snow. Again, not a massive opportunity, but the chance is going to be there. And then overnight into Sunday morning, we see some. If you look, we've got the clouds on there, but the model is showing as well. This is going to be 5:30, for example, on Sunday. You see some of those little white blobs. Also, look off the East Coast. There's some of those white blobs too, right? Like there is going to be the chance of some snow out that way as well. You know what I mean? There it is. Yeah, and then it all kind of pulls away through Sunday afternoon. So Sunday afternoon is going to look better. So I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but like, what is ocean effect snow or Gulf effect snow, what have you? Well, water temperatures in the Gulf are in the 50s in some of the cooler spots, 60s in most spots. When the air temperatures are in the 30s, though, that's warm water. Just because it's not warm to you and I does not mean that not technologically, atmospherically, atmospherically, it's not warmer. So, going back to the second grade, that means yes, evaporation, then condensation, then precipitation. And if it's cold enough, that precipitation is frozen, right? Then from there, if you get the winds pushing that precipitation ashore, my friends, we end up with Gulf effect or ocean effect snow, just like the lake effect. The lake effect snow machine is kind of the same exact way. So yeah, isn't that wild? Nothing making it over to Central Florida? Probably not. Is it possible? Sure. And we can look at some of the raw data here. Let's do this. Let me pop this up, hit that button. And let's go to, we'll look at some models here. U.S. cities. And we'll do winter. All right, so the GFS is not showing any accumulation. Okay. Let's look at the European. Yeah, not really doing it here either. Let's come to some of the, we'll go to the national blend of models. Now, the national blend of models, yeah, the national blend of models showing some areas, nothing significant, but just a couple of areas. And that's probably going to be based mostly on like the Canadian, I would imagine. Snow. Yeah, nope. Canadians backed off on it. Yeah, you don't have that product. Let's go to the her. Winter snow, not sleet total, snow total. Her doesn't have it. Okay. All right. So the chance is there. It's not a big chance. The bigger story is going to be not the snow. The snow is fun. Listen, the snow is fun to talk about, but at the end of the day, the bigger story is going to be the chill, the significant chill that's moving in. So for today, it may be chilly this morning. We'll warm up nicely into the day. 71 degrees will be our high temperature. A few showers tomorrow, not a ton. And then Sunday into Monday, big chill. Big chill moving in. All right. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. It's because I'm working on Sunday. Today's going to be a very rare. I've got today and tomorrow off, but I'm going to go fly today. So I'll cut this a little short, but I will take your questions if you have any. Victoria says, watching from work. Good morning, Victoria. So I'm working on, by the way, I'm working on with our corporate graphics team. I built the Coffee Talk graphics package before we launched the new Digrid 25. And so now we're kind of coming back and working on an actual graphics package, social media toolkit. So I'm working on that now. So yeah. Coffee Talk's look will change very subtly. But anyway, to be continued on that. Terry says good flying weather. James says BSR to see how long we freeze. So we're not going to freeze for too long. I've got it set up where I'm not going to be able to get the BSR today just because I'm broadcasting from the Wesh computer and the BSR is set up on my laptop. I'm just literally using my laptop's webcam. So yeah. Jeannie Rowan's asking, what is the meaning of life? To have the best dang time you can. You know who's going to have a really good time? Let me show you. That guy's going to do some aerobatic flight. You see that? That's going to be fun. And go see what he's up to. Let's see here. So depending on who you listen to, we're expecting anywhere from 3 to 8 inches here in Raleigh. Mike, that sounds like a party. Question, are you going to Frank's house with the Weather Lab? Coffee Talk drive-thru with Frank in his driveway? I'm probably not going to go to Frank's house. I'm probably going to go, was looking at someplace north of the Bay Area. I don't know where yet, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. Sue's asking, do y'all have icing equipment at the airport? So Orlando International Airport does not. However, I believe Southwest did pick up one de-icing truck. So there's that. Yeah. All right. All right, people. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'm gonna go do some flying. Take care, everybody. Have a great one.